You're live on Techkriti FB page right now. Hello and welcome everyone. This is the big race night IDRL Season 5 Episode 2 at Techkriti 2021. We are here to bring you the awesome semi-finals and the finals in this night tonight. We thank our sponsors right away. Larsen and Toubro presents Techkriti, co-powered by Mahindra and JK Cement, and the wonderful associate sponsors out there. Thank you so much for joining in, spectators. We have a beautiful racetrack and a beautiful night ahead. We are about 9 pilots here, and we are going to announce those 9 pilots very shortly. But before that, let me quickly address pilots. I'm getting your messages, so let me make sure that the server is unlocked. I will do that and then announce the pilots who are going to compete in Group A and Group B. And also, I will be explaining the format of the race that's coming up. All right, so let's go ahead and unlock the server first out here and see which of the pilots are in session. And then we will be announcing the format. So let's go through the official format. We have rounds 1 to 6 that the pilots have to perform in this race for the semifinals, and they have to set a best time. And the pilots, 9 pilots who qualified from the B mains and the qualifiers yesterday, are split into 2 groups, group number A and group number B. In group number A for the semis is 25 milliwatts, Shady, Anand, and Gremlin. And you can see that right away on the bottom scorecard to your left. Also in the semi-finals, group number B are the remaining 5 pilots who are IMDC, Devnath, Ion FPV, Devi Web, and Hornet. All of these are amazing, top quality pilots. Some of them have competed internationally and are even acclaimed greatly. So we are really proud to have these pilots tonight at Techkriti race. And again, thank you Techkriti and the sponsors. Let's go ahead and now check out the racetrack. For all the viewers who are tuning in, a big thank you. Let's show you around the track a little bit after setting the flying mode for these pilots and assigning them the colors. All right, so it's 25 milliwatts, Anand, the Gremlin FPV, and Shady, who are assigned yellow, green, magenta, and red colors respectively. They are all set in flying mode. That gives us the ability to see them flying, and we'll be switching the views of these pilots. Right now, these pilots are practicing, so we can tune into one of these pilots right away and see how that pilot is doing. These are some of the FPV views that the pilots are throwing at us. This is a Shady who is just warming up on the track, and all these pilots are just having a warm-up round out here for the practice before the round number one officially kicks in. So we are really looking forward to the semifinals, and from the semifinals, three pilots are going to qualify. Only three pilots are going to qualify for the finals, and the format of the finals is going to be something called as the Chase the Ace format, which I'll be explaining once we get into the finals. By the way, I am your race director, and I'll be also doing the commentary and running you through all the rounds and the races here. Okay, pilots, so enough of the warm up. You have had enough practice round, and I request now the four pilots from Group A to be on the podium and get ready for the race, because your race round number one starts in less than 5. Let's see how the pilots take off. We can zoom in and out of these pilots around the racetrack. Some of you who have already witnessed this track yesterday and in the B main rounds today already know sort of the track already, but those spectators who have been really waiting for this race night, the mains, we will be explaining to you how the racetrack flows, and the best way to see that is to really zoom into one of these pilots right away. The top pilot right now on the board is a Shady, and he is at round number one, really doing pretty well. These are fast pilots, keep in mind, so lots of competition coming up. This is the start and the finish gate that Shady really went through, and as you go along with these pilots, you will see a definite pattern that these pilots are following in order to complete their gates. The pilots also have to come back and redo a particular gate in case they are missing and failing to do a particular gate in the right order. So that is also very, very important. Keeping your quad balanced. There is also a recharge gate in the event that your quad and your props are slightly damaged. This is the recharge gate that Shady just went through. And once you go through the recharge gate, your quad is quickly back to its 100% and quite back into its original shape. So right now, Shady and Anand out there. Let's see where Anand is with respect to Shady, but Shady is really ruling the roost, quite away from these pilots. Anand trying to get in towards Shady right now, but you can see really Shady out there, absolutely flawless. He's number one on the racetrack at the moment, and we will be completing the last part of this track with Shady as we go into the finish gate with him after that recharge gate. So Shady has already set the best time right away in round number one, and a big congrats to him for getting off the podium on a beautiful start. Anand has also completed. We'll be now waiting for 25 milliwatts and Gremlin FPV. Gremlin FPV, a young pilot out there competing. All these are very, very young. We'll be waiting for Gremlin FPV's feed to come in. And this is called the FPV feed, the first person view feed of the pilots. And he'll be completing that recharge and coming back to the gate. All right, so there you go. We'll be recording the official timings, and also you can see the live timings being recorded as on the broadcast as we type them out here. So for 25 milliwatts, let's compute the timing. Shady is 2 minutes 298, and then we have 25 milliwatts at 2 minutes and 17 seconds and 888 milliseconds. All these milliseconds are really, really important. 208 and 5:16 is the timing for Anand. So look at how very close these pilots are. So it's 2 minutes, 298, Anand 208, followed by 25 milliwatts, 217, and Gremlin. And they're going to get even closer. Sometimes the race is so close that it's about milliseconds apart. So round number one is completed. They have five more rounds to complete. So Anand says that he got kicked out from the server. And Anand, you have 2 minutes sharp starting now. It's 10:15. 2 minutes timer to rejoin the server. That's our rule. If a pilot gets disconnected, he is given 2 minutes to join back into the server. Meanwhile, the other pilots are practicing on the track. So that's sort of the first round. And then rounds one, two, and three for this set of pilots will be performed together. After that, we'll be jumping into group number B. We'll be having five pilots running together, and then coming back to group A for rounds 4, 5, and 6, and so on. So Anand has joined in. Anand, please check your connections. Make sure that it's really solid over there. Okay, so pilots, all of you are set. Let's get going with round number two right away, starting in less than 5. This time, we'll be taking a slightly different view from the podium. Beautiful to see Shady to take off the track. He is always the first out there, followed by Gremlin this time. A close competition between 25 milliwatts and Gremlin. You can see, we can zoom into these pilots as well, take different racetrack views, but you can see clearly Gremlin and 25 milliwatts are trailing behind Shady at the moment. Shady is again in the lead. His confidence is building by the race rounds that we are playing out here. Gremlin is not too far. So we should be able to probably see Shady's quad if Gremlin gets closer to him, because right now it's about only 2 gates of difference. Look at that, between him and Shady. So right now Shady increasing that distance. So it's 25 milliwatts and Gremlin that are battling it out. This is the third person view that we call. And this is a futuristic track, once again on a different planet with 2 moons with dynamic skies. The weather changes dynamically out here. Let's come back to Gremlin's view and see where he is up to. Gremlin, a very, very talented young pilot. She came to real fame at the last event that we did, and really, really amazing pilot. He's blazing past through. He's really improved upon his skills, and he'll be looking to take on the might of Shady right now. Shady, meanwhile, quite ahead of the competition, doesn't seem to be bothered. We are switched back into his view right now. So look at that, very clean lines. And also, as I have been telling the spectators from yesterday, look at those joysticks that are at the bottom center. Those always come in handy to learn how these pilots are flying the racetrack, so that you can come back and exactly know how these pilots perform under big competition pressure. So Shady is number one, and round number two as well. Gremlin and 25 milliwatts will be looking to catch up on them. And Gremlin has also completed 25 milliwatts. Let's see where he is now. He's also towards the last part of this track. So some of the slower pilots have lost out in the B main rounds, and these are all top quality fast pilots. So we'll be completing the rounds very quickly without any due. So Anand looks like he was disconnected for some reason. So let's open up the server once again for Anand. He seems to be having some major internet connection issues, but in the meantime, we will be calculating the timings. Shady has dropped below that 2-minute mark, and that's a great feeling for him. Yesterday's timing for him at the qualifiers was 1:58, so he'll be looking to benchmark upon that. Anand did not complete out here. Unfortunately, in this round, he was stuck at lap number 2, gate 6, when he got disconnected. 25 milliwatts at 2 minutes and 27 seconds and 387 milliseconds. And then we go with a Gremlin at 209 and 518 milliseconds. So let's check back in. Shady 159, Gremlin at 209, and then 25 milliwatts at 227, and Anand did not complete. So that's the story so far from rounds one and two. So round number three is coming up, and after this, this set of pilots will leave the server and will be taking rounds one to three for the group number A. So pilots, get on the podium. Your race, sorry, let me just quickly set the flying mode for Anand out here and lock the server. Please stay on the server. All right, pilots, we are set to go at the count of less than five. Shady looks in tremendous form out here. He is really trying to get past any kind of obstacle, trying to beat his best timing that he set yesterday. Very smooth flow that's going through his this part of the track, the snakes and ladders. You can see the kind of dust that he's throwing about in this futuristic deserted track, and wonderful to watch once again. But Anand is not too far this time. He's really made up his mind to catch up upon Shady. So let's take a look at Anand from a slightly different viewpoint out here to see if we can gain a little bit more understanding of how he's propelling on the racetrack. So that's Anand out there, and 25 milliwatts lets the FPV view into 25 milliwatts feed. Thank you, viewers who are just joining in or have already joined in from the start. You have been a great support since last night to make this event really happen. And we are going to bring you some amazing action for the rest of the night tonight. It's just getting started. We are warming up out here, so to speak, at round number three for group number A set of pilots in the semifinals. And let's see now, let's tune into the view of Gremlin. Gremlin is the last fourth pilot right now. Anand is still on the track. That's a good sign. So Anand has probably made sure that his connection is very solid right now. That's well done by Anand. And let's now see where he's respect to Shady. So he's almost there. He's getting towards Shady and getting to his level. That would be encouraging for Anand. So, but Shady, look at that. He's beating his own time yesterday, 157 in his new best timing. Congratulations, Shady. And he's really sitting quietly out there on the podium, as you can see right now. 25 milliwatts in the meantime, showing us the second moon in the sky, and he'll be also getting past the last part of this track as he gets through these quick turns at the end, coming back into the start gate, which is also the finish gate for the track. Gremlin FPV is the only pilot who is struggling to make it happen out here, but we will have to calculate his timing as well. And in the meantime, we'll start taking the timing of the other pilots. 157.015 is the timing for Shady. Anand at 207 and 602. Then we get 25 milliwatts at 226 and 926 milliseconds. And finally, Gremlin. Let's see how soon he can complete this track. It's almost the last gate out here that he has to do. There's no need to recharge his squad right now. He just has to get back to his finish gate. So well done, pilots. And now you can leave the server. The 2 minutes I will start once I unlock this server. Please, I request all the other pilots to get out of the server. 25 milliwatts, you can please leave the server. And 2 minutes have started for IMDC, Devnath, Ion, Devi Web, and Hornet to please join in. All right, so let's quickly do this. Hornet is available in the flying mode. Ion has also joined in now. Devnath has joined in. And let's set the appropriate colors for these pilots. 3 pilots down there. We are waiting for IMDC. IMDC, you have about a minute and 30 seconds to join into the server, please. Otherwise, you'll have to join in for the next round. So it's strict rules that we have employed out here. About a minute and 10 seconds, please, IMDC. Thank you so much. There you go. All pilots, please be aware of the timer that we have. And finally, we have the last pilot, Devi Webb, who is coming in. Let's set IMDC to flying and Devnath to flying as well. So pilots, do not worry about this thing, spectating or flying. I will always be checking that before I start the race. So everybody is flying right now. All the 5 pilots look ready. So pilots, without any further ado, let's get going right now for your round number 1. Group number B starts right here, right now. We'll be tuning into the eyes of Hornet and we'll be seeing how he flies with respect to the other pilots. Look at that, a blaze of the other pilots. I'm sure it's Devnath right at the front, and captured between IMDC and Devnath is oh, there's a lot of competition out there. Look at that. It's really hard to say right now who is going to take the lead early on in this lap number 1. Look at that. These gates, all of them are virtually at the same gate. Hardly any split second difference out here. So these pilots have to be on their tiptoes. And the good thing about such competition is that these pilots are stretched to their absolute limits. So they give it their best shot, and in that way they also set their best timing. So it's actually better for these pilots to be in group number B. Look at that, lap number 1 is over in no time at all. IMDC and Ion, both of these pilots are identically flying at the same gate, and this is where the main action is happening. This is where we have to zoom in and see how they are picking each other's tail. They're hot on each other's tail right now. Ion FPV not leaving any room for IMDC. Look at that. If we look through the eyes of IMDC right now, Ion is right in front of him. Wonderful views coming in from the FPV viewpoint of IMDC. What an absolute pleasure this is. And let's quickly look at Devnath. He's far ahead of the competition, virtually 12 gates away out here. So Hornet is also behind, but it's always going to be probably between IMDC and Ion. But Ion has now taken a lead. IMDC is trying to get back. Let's see, Ion is trying to chase the tail of Devnath at the moment. So if Ion can get only a little quicker on his pace, he can make it to Devnath, but Devnath seems to have just 2 gates remaining, and he finishes in a wonderful time, although he would have expected to also get below 2 minutes, but nevertheless, he would definitely do that in the following rounds. IMDC is also done with his lap out here. Very, very quick pilots. It's amazing to watch these high-speed pilots right now. Competition between Devi Webb and Hornet going on right now. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful competition out here already. And this is just the semis, and you can expect an absolute thriller in the finals. So Devi Webb and Hornet, let's get your timings real quick, keeping all the spectators on their toes, guessing who is it going to be to make it into the finals. So also spectators, do make it a point to comment on your particular platform, wherever you're watching this from. Pick your 3 finalists that you are going to expect to, be there in the finals, and also give us an idea of who do you think is going to be winning this race. So that way we can also make a quick announcement for you and see how we will be going with that. So Devi Webb, just computing the time for him, 027, Hornet 236 and 628. Let's quickly check through these timings once again. IMDC 214, Devnath at 202, Ion at 209, Devi Webb at 232, and Hornet at 236. Beautiful round. Round number 1 kicking off in grand style for group number B. And we are now ready, pilots, for round number 2 coming up right in front of you. Spectators, do tune in to Hornet FPV's feed as we run you through his first person view. Devnath again, IMDC and Ion, tough on the tail of each other. Very, very high speed competition. Davy Webb this time getting up the ladder out there. He's chasing the tail of IMDC right now. Devnath trying to punch in as hard as possible so that he is relatively under lesser pressure behind from IMDC. But IMDC has grown into such a mature pilot. Look at that. The positions at spots 2 and 3 are changing so drastically because they are exactly at the same gate. They are like two twins, and by real serendipity, we have both of them in green color as well. So they are like two twins, two twin quads working together in tandem. That's always a good sign, but it's being split by Hornet FPV right now. Look at that. And those one quad in the front and one quad in the back. That was the scene right now. And look at that again, that quad of Ion FPV coming in, leaving Hornet behind. Both these quads, they are striking in at the last time. They're not giving it easy for Hornet. Hornet dropped into the last spot out here. The action is absolutely heating up right now. Devnath seems to be right up in the front ladder at comfortably in position number 1. Ion FPV and IMDC super hard at work behind him, chasing not only Devnath, but they are working together as a team. Looks like they are having some kind of a grand plan to qualify together in the semis. That's what I'm guessing right now. But Davy Webb, let's see if Davy Webb, we can see some of the other quads from the viewpoint of Davy Webb. He has been shifted to position number 4. He had broken through, I think, at position number 3, but that's where he'll be looking to come back on. Right now, it's Ion and IMDC. Wonderful pilots to watch. Ion has completed this one. IMDC, unfortunately, something went wrong out there. 5-second loss out there for IMDC. He won't be happy. He will be definitely kicking himself in the head right now. At the last moment, did not really do well. But Devnath is ruling the roost. Not the best timing on the leaderboard right now. That belongs to Shady, but it's very close. Ion FPV is 2 minutes, 07 seconds and 197 milliseconds. Similarly, let's calculate for IMDC at 2:12 and 5:33 milliseconds. Davy Webb at 2:20 and 105 milliseconds. Finally, Hornet at 2:21. Hornet would definitely not be happy with his own performance, although he's drastically reducing his time from the round number 1. So pilots, without wasting any more time, let's get back into the podium in the arena. All of you seem to be connected quite well to the server, having no connection issues, and that's always a good sign. We can run through these races real quick. Wow, what an action. Look at that. The first person view itself is getting so interesting right now. It's beautiful to watch these pilots go and chase each other's tail like that. Really walking, flying ducks out there, I would say, in a line, going behind each other. Let's see from a different angle how these pilots are doing. IMDC, Ion, both of them, once again, the twin brothers out there competing against and trying to take on and trying to put, I think they're trying to put Devnath under pressure. That's their secret sauce. Devnath has to be alerted to that effect. I think he already knows about their strategy. That's why he's maintaining a good amount of distance between these pilots. And at the same time, he's bringing us fantastic views of this track. So smoothly, he's sailing along this wonderful LED-driven track. IMDC, let's see where he is, and Ion, the brothers, both of them about a gate away, not even hitching each other. They are just kind of, if somebody makes a little bit of a delay, I think the other pilot is also waiting. I'm guessing that, but anything can happen. Let's see. Davy Webb now coming back to the start gate, and there is about 41 odd gates for him to complete. So he'll be looking to push up really hard, Davy Webb. Again, Devnath is quite in the front, so we'll be looking into the eyes of Ion and IMDC. That's where they are bringing us the fantastic views of this track and the best competition. If you look at this here over here, second and third, You can see lap number 3, gate number 4, G stands for gate, and so they are hardly a few gates away. So Devnath has completed 2 minutes 01 seconds, very consistent timing. Once again, slightly worse than his previous round, but I think it's better off for Ion this time around. Definitely his best timing, Ion FPV and IMDC, also has gathered his best timing. Devi Webb and 212, and then Hornet at 222. So Devi Webb also setting his best timing. So look at what the competition pressure does. All of them really upping their game right now, and they are looking really good. Anybody can qualify here for the finals. Devnath trying to mark his seat into the finals. Let's compute for IMDC at 207 and 234 milliseconds. Ion FPV at 205 and 065 milliseconds. Devi Webb at 2 minutes and 12 seconds and 969 milliseconds. And Hornet finally at 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 22 seconds and 574 milliseconds. Give it a quick check. IMDC 207, Devnath 201, Ion 205, then we have Devi Webb at 212, and then Hornet at 222. All right, so I think 3 rounds are over for both these groups. So what we'll do is take a quick 3-minute break. So viewers, you can also kind of get in position, relax, get your laptops and whatever, get a drink or something like that, get comfortable on your seats, because the edge of the action is not far away right now. From the next 3 rounds, it's all going to heat up once again, and then you don't want to miss out on the finals for sure. So 3 minutes starting at 10:37. We'll be back at 10:40 right now. But meantime, we'll be definitely keeping these views on for you. Do make it a point to comment through our broadcasts, both on Techkriti FB page and also IDRL YouTube. So, all right, so we'll be opening up the server so that the pilots can join in, the next set of pilots. And in the meantime, as you guys take a chill pill, the viewers, we'll be unlocking the server so that the group number A pilots are back in. So thank you very much, Ion. Thank you very much, IMDC. Thank you very much, Devnath, for joining in. All right, the server is open. Shady has joined in. All right, so we'll be starting a 2-minute timer at 10:40, because that's what we gave the break until. 2 minutes remaining on the clock, about 1 minute and 30 seconds to be sort of close to that time. And we want to be very, very precise on our timing here. We've been allotted a maximum time of 12 a.m. And I think we should be able to fulfill that entire race within this time. All right, so Anand, the Gremlin seems, they all seem good. Anand, make sure you are well connected. Once again, that's a reminder to all these pilots. Please remain on the server. It's a big hassle. We have to start the 2-minute timer each time around. That wastes a lot of time. But Group B did pretty well in that terms. Okay, 25 milliwatts, Anand, Gremlin, and Shady, you're all logged into the server right now. Let me close the server so that no other pilots can join in. And then you have about 1 minute till we start your round number 4 and pick you up through round number 6. Great going, pilots, so far. Hope all the spectators are having an absolute gala of a time. This is one unique event for Techkriti, and we are absolutely thrilled. And the pilots, you know, the big prizes coming up their way, the sponsors, all of them who have made the event possible, a big thank you to them. And of course, spectators, a big thank you to all of you. Do spread the word that we are live right now. Spread it across to your friends and family so that they also can take full advantage of this beautiful scenes that are coming in right now. a unique event that we are seeing right now at Techkriti 2021, brought to you by L&T and co-powered by Mahindra and JK Cement. And also thank you to a lot of other sponsors that have chipped in as associates. Thank you so much for the media coverage as well. Uh, Radio Mirchi and other folks out there. 25 milliwatts, Anand, Gremlin, and Shady are back in touch out here. All of you are flying. Okay, pilots, we are locked in. 10:40 it is exactly. So let's get going now at the count of less than 5 on your podium. Tuning in. Let's see what we have in store with Shady right now. He's not the best person right now to get off the podium, but he made a quick recovery for that. So Anand was the one. Anand right now in magenta that we have colored him. I think he was in green color the last time around, but colors will change a little bit. We'll try to stick to the same colors as far as possible. Shady at lap number 1, gate number 35. Anand, very, very close. All this competition, I think these pilots are only getting better by each round. Look at that. These flying ducks, flying Ferraris going so fast. They're almost beating each other's trail and confusing each other's tracks as well. That's always good for the competition. They'll always keep pushing each other, thereby pushing all of you brothers into the best possible timing that you can get out here. Shady 25 milliwatts, Gremlin. Let's take a look at it from a Shady's FPV universe out there. Look at that floating gate that he just completed. Down that cylindrical LED gate out there, coming back into the circular gate, around the bushes into the forest area and the cacti, and rolling around those quick turns and twists and coming back into that recharge gate. He is exactly doing what a superb top class quality pilot of international caliber has to perform, and he's doing it exceptionally well. Gremlin also not too far away. He's made up quite some ground out here. He's a young, spirited boy, Gremlin FPV, and he has only gotten better with his pro level career at IDRL. Superb skills being demonstrated once again by Gremlin FPV. 25 milliwatts coming in from behind. Let's see how far he can make up for his lost trail behind Gremlin FPV. But Gremlin FPV sticking it up to 25 milliwatts, saying that no, you cannot break my trail right now. I am on a big run here, where Gremlin FPV is about to complete at spot number 2, where 25 milliwatts was just about to come in. He, I think, was they were exactly going to complete at the same time, but eventually 3 seconds of a difference as 25 milliwatts rotated away at the finish gate. So let's quickly take down the timings out here. Pilots, please stay connected. Once again, it's important for you to stay connected on the track. All right, so 205 it is, 942 for Shady. Again, warming up on the second set of rounds. Gremlin FPV is at 2 minutes and 12 seconds and 273 milliseconds. Then we have Anand at 2 minutes and 19 seconds and 005 milliseconds. Finally, with 25 milliwatts, we see it's 2 minutes and 15 seconds and 117 milliseconds. So round number 4 is complete for these pilots. Beautifully executed so far. We are having an absolute thrill. And spectators, if you are enjoying as much as I am running and commenting on this race, if you're really enjoying it, do make a comment, do spread the word, and do invite your friends and family. So for now, round number 5, pilots, get ready on the podium. Coming back to you in less than 5. This time we'll tune into the eyes of Anand, who seems to have gotten off the podium. 25 milliwatts was the last one to get off, but I think he has a slightly different strategy in mind. 25 milliwatts wants to come in from behind this time around so that he does not collide with the other pilots, so to speak, in their trail, and he is less bothered with trying to make those mistakes happen. He'll try to make up for his lost jump start of the podium. Shady has the jump started this race right away. Gremlin FPB just about a couple gates away over here. Anand and 25 milliwatts and Gremlin. That's the action that's happening out here. You can see one of the quads through the eyes of Gremlin, I believe. 25 milliwatts and Gremlin, in fact, at the same gate, sixth gate virtually at the same one, and they are not going to leave each other. Look at that, how they are crisscrossing each other right now. Gremlin and 25 milliwatts. 25 milliwatts, as I said, was having some kind of a plan, but this time having a crash a little bit. Would it give enough room for Anand to come back from behind? Anand not able to make complete advantage of that situation, left behind by 25 milliwatts. Gremlin and 25 milliwatts are really grumbling it up right here. Gremlin left behind in the dust, I think, by 25 milliwatts. Look at that, 25 milliwatts has come back from behind, and his strategy looks like he's paying off big time out here. He was the last person to get off the podium, but right now he's jumped up to position number 2. Gremlin, in the meantime, fallen behind at position number 3. He was right up there with 25 milliwatts. He'll have to make good ground along with Anand. Both these pilots in a fierce competition with each other. Anand right now very, very angry at himself, and he'll be looking to stabilize his squad, flying through that floating gate, coming into the LED gate once again. Shady, meanwhile, let's see what he's up to. I think he's almost done out there. Yes, Shady has completed his part of the track, but the best part over here, look at that, 25 milliwatts, his absolute grand strategy. He's playing like a chess master right now, and he's completing back into the start and finish gate. Wonderful timing. Anand coming back, 217. Gremlin leaving. He's being left in the dust behind. Wow, what a tragedy for Gremlin. He was up there at spot number 2 with 25 milliwatts, but right now he wouldn't be really happy, kicking himself in the head probably somewhere. So round number 5 is complete for group number A pilots. 202 is the timing for Shady. He's taking it a little bit easy right now. He's already set the best timing for the leaderboard so far, so he wouldn't be worried that much to qualify into the finals. And then we have 25 milliwatts. Let's take a look at 25 milliwatts at 216 and 059 milliseconds. Anand at 2 minutes and 17 seconds and 592 milliseconds. And finally, Gremlin at 233 and 139 milliseconds. Beautiful races that we are seeing right now. Round number 6, guys. Pilots, please come on the podium so that we can quickly get through your round number 6, and which starts in less than 5. All the pilots still locked into the server. All of them are flying very freely out here. They are not going to buckle themselves under any kind of a pressure, although there is lots of movement from around their drones. You can see how much of a view each of these pilots must be getting with all that flowing drones coming from behind and around them. So for example, if we look at through the eyes of Anand, you can see, look at that drone coming in, and again, one more time, trying to trouble. Gremlin is the one who's taking advantage from behind, and Anand is just trying to hold up to Gremlin right now. 25 milliwatts, again, a very good strategy. He's a chess master, as I said, but right now he's having a little bit of difficulty. He's still at the last spot. He will have to make quite a big amount of difference here, because the pilots, the rest of them have probably learned about the strategy that 25 milliwatts is employing, and they are not going to fall prey to 25 milliwatts again as they did in the last round. So they are keeping a good enough distance from him already, not giving him any room to break in whatsoever to give them any surprises. So Shady, let's once again walk through the beautiful universe of Shady. Look at that, beautiful views coming in, and top quality pro pilot, as also Gremlin, FPV view of Gremlin is also coming in to our feeds right now. The basement covering that, it's really soothing. He's showing around the moon as well, and we'll keep tuned to Gremlin. I believe. Let's tune into Anand for the remainder of this track so that we have some persistence of vision here in the FPV view. So let's see where Anand is going to head out with respect to the timing. He's recharging right now, coming back into the start gate. Anand has completed. Let's do the same thing for Gremlin towards the end of this track. Gremlin having a bit of crashes. He's seeing and experiencing those issues, not really stabilizing his squad from the last few rounds. Look at that again, having difficulty to even come back properly into the finish gate, but he'll be looking to improve upon those mistakes. Shady, let's calculate that 157 of 193. Let's see if that is his. No, it's not his best timing, but it is his second best timing, and obviously the best timing of the leaderboard so far. And 208,465 is for Anand, 224 and 405 for Gremlin, and finally 25 milliwatts you have 2 and 26 and 997 milliseconds. So all right, so there you go. So one of the things that we probably did not do, okay, 6 rounds are completed for you guys. Thank you very much, pilots. You can leave the server now, and we'll be starting the 2-minute timer for the remaining pilots. Thank you, Anand. Thank you, Gremlin. We'll be unlocking the server now. Your 2-minute timer has started. And at the same time, let's bring up the scorecard. This is something that we probably did not do for the spectators. So let's correct that and bring in the scorecard for the group number B that's happened so far. We can easily scroll like this, some advanced techniques being employed out there on the live stream. And thank you once again, viewers who are tuned in and watching this amazing race happen tonight. A beautiful track, beautiful pilots. We are waiting for semis, the group number B, round number 4 to start. And we'll be having that begin in absolutely no time. Let's once again place some of these pilots in the same color that we have identified them with. This time we'll be switching Ion FPV to a different color because last time he was in the same color as IMDC. So Ion, you have about 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock. You have 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock, please, Ion. Please join in. You are the only pilot, I believe, who is we are waiting on. 105. 1 minute exactly, Ion. Or we'll have to see you at round number 5. Yes, do not worry about spectator and flying. I've been telling that again and again. Let me collect all the pilots, please. Please do not ping me on that. All right, so flying, everybody is flying out here. We are still waiting for Ion right now. All right, so it's virtually 30 seconds remaining, Ion. Last 30 seconds. Okay, we're getting very close now, Ion. Yeah, but we still don't see you on the server here, Ion. Ion, we have to be very strict out here. All right, okay, just in the nick of time. Thank you so much for joining in. And please stay connected to the server. Ion FPV in yellow, Devi Web in blue, Hornet in red, IMDC in green, and Devnath in magenta. That's the colors that are allotted. We are locking the server. Pilots, do not disconnect from now. All of you are set in flying mode. In case Ion turns to spectating, Ion, please let me know. But for now, you are good to go. We'll be starting with round number 4. And pilots, get ready on the podium because your race is starting in less than 5. Right now, let's see through the eyes of Devi Webb. Devi Webb quick off the podium, but not as fast as some of the other pilots. 3 pilots ahead of him right now, 4 pilots. all the pilots ahead of him. So let's switch our views to IMDC and Ion. Those two pilots have again this time we were seeing them in green color the last time around. This time they are in green and yellow. So watch them for that green and yellow combination. Ion has been left behind quite away right now. That's not very good news for Ion. He'll be looking to quickly pace up out here. But Devnath out here with again a formidable lead once again, quickly off the podium, the first to start into lap number 2. And IMDC and Hornet. Look at that. Even Hornet is now getting in. Hornet says it's enough. Enough is enough. And he's going to do his very best to set his best possible timing amidst all the wonderful pilots who are flying out here. He's going to stay cool and composed, as we are seeing through his FPV view, not make any kind of silly mistakes whatsoever. Right now, flying through that floating gate, coming into some of the other gates out here. Hornet FPV, and let's see again, Ion FPV looks like he's left again far behind. IMDC is gathering pace on this track. He should be really well set for the next rounds 5 and 6 that are coming up, and probably will be looking at spots number 3 to get into the finals. IMDC is determined to set a very, very good time behind Devnath. Look at that. He's hardly behind Devnath right now. So let's look through the FPV view of IMDC. If we can see Devnath at a distance over there, somewhere in that forest area, and it's hardly about 4 gates away right now. So let's see what we can see from IMDC's third person view out here as we chase him. Devnath has completed the racetrack. Look at that. He's sitting very well composed on that start gate. IMDC has completed. Devi Webb and the rest of the pilots. Oh, it's exciting action between Hornet and Devi Webb actually. Devi Webb coming in at the last moment, just nailing up. Look at that. At spot number 3 and 4, it was about 200 milliseconds of a difference, and just about 200 milliseconds of a difference. Wonderful racing happening. Ion FPV looking to get to where IMDC will be. And so let's calculate that timing for Devnath. Again, 201 looks to be his favorite number out here for tonight. And virtually all of his timings are in that range from the last few rounds. And he'll be looking to get off that course probably below 2 minutes. And IMDC, let's calculate for him as well. 207 seems to be his number right now. IMDC, even in round 3, that was the case. Ion FPV 224 won't be happy with his performance. He has been setting an absolute quality time out here. Probably one of the third favorites to get into the finals. Devi Webb right now 2 minutes and 16 seconds and 936 milliseconds, and then finally Hornet at 2 minutes and 17 seconds and 194 milliseconds. So this is the semifinals going on. Only 2 rounds remaining for groups for group number B, and after this we'll be getting the best timings and entering the pilots into the finals. The 3 lucky pilots at the top will be getting into the finals. So 2 more rounds coming in for the pilots. Let's quickly check on the status of these pilots. All of them are still locked into the server. And pilots, your race, please get ready on the podium because it starts in less than 5. Let's see how Hornet will get off the podium right now. He will have to make it a very good point to set his best timing. He's facing some tough competition in this bracket, and all these other pilots, look at that, in front of him. Ion and IMDC, and this time Ion and IMDC will be a close race, as we have always expected them. These brothers, so to speak, these ninja turtles out there. You can pick any name you want, but they are identical. They are working together. There is definitely a strategy to pick on Devnath out here, and Devnath knows that very well. Devnath keeping a safe distance. Let's see, Devnath keeping clear of any other drone, not having any other drone in front of his view except the beautiful gates that are being seen right now, and a few kind of obstructions here and there. But Ion FPV and IMDC, once again, Ion FPV of the two pilots seem to have bettered the movement out here from the last round. IMDC getting close once again. Devi Web, let's see where Devi Web is with respect to the first person view. Can we spot any other drone? IMDC should be the closest from Devi Web's viewpoint. And we'll stick with Ion FPV right now because Ion FPV is the pilot who is really doing quite well out here at spot number 2, and he's taking the might of Devnath. So we'll stick to the FPV view of Ion. Always a pleasure to watch, and I think we had also got plenty of requests to get his FPV view yesterday night as well. So that's what we'll do for the rest of this lap and the track. Round number 5. Last lap virtually for all these pilots except Hornet. Hornet getting into lap number 3 right now. He's well behind the competition. He'll definitely have to take a pill to get into the big league. Hornet very, very soon. But Ion, very well done, Ion. Congratulations to a very well played race out here. Devi Web also completing out here. Hornet and with him is he's probably the only person right now finishing the track, but it's in his advantage to finish it rather very quickly without getting himself into too much trouble. That area, as I've said time and time again, this area gets very tricky. Lots of ups and downs out here, lots of stones, lots of crazy kinds of movements, sharp turns that you have to go through, although there is a recharge gate in the end. But Hornet coming in fine and clear finally at completing his lap. So Devnath finally breaking his skirts of 201, getting into 200 and 849 milliseconds. Only by a few milliseconds is he up less than 201. So Ion FPV right now 204 and 149 milliseconds. And then we have IMDC. Let's see what IMDC does with his timing 206036 on his timing radar. IMDC would be looking to improve upon the same. Devi Web is at 2 minutes and 15 seconds, 447 milliseconds. And finally, Hornet at 2 minutes, 49 seconds, and 283 milliseconds. All right, pilots. So round number 6, your last round, your last chance for group number B pilots to set your best possible timing. All of you are very, very close, and any of you can get into the finals out here. So let me give you a quick 10-second break out here. 15 seconds I will allot you to quickly sort of dry up your fingers. They would be getting sweaty. Just make a good grip on your remote control out here and get ready for round number 6. All right, pilots, get ready on the podium. And we'll be starting round number 6 in less than 5. All the best, pilots. And terrific moment right away. This is the last round to show off their finest of skills that they can acquire and finest of pressure handling situations they have been under. All of that experience needs to come in right here, right now. This is the place to show it all. Ion FPV and IMDC, lots of movement back to back happening. Even Hornet getting into the chase right now behind these two. Look at that! Wow, close competition. And Ion FPV and and IMDC and Devnath. Wow, beautiful views coming in. Ion FPV is that yellow quad right in front of IMDC. We are tuned into IMDC right now. And if we switch probably to Ion FPV once again through his FPV view, we'll probably see Devnath somewhere. Look at that. Devnath is in magenta. So we'll try to spot through the eyes of Ion if we can spot Devnath. Devnath will be looking to even pace himself. Look at that. That is Devnath. That is Devnath in magenta. And he goes along with the rest of the colors of this track also, his magenta color. And it's amazing. This whole competition that's happening right now, it's an absolute kind of gift that we are seeing right now. It's very, very less often that we see such close races happening and pilots of such high caliber giving it their best shot to get into the last top three spaces. Devnath seems to be right on pace right now, unless IMDC or Ion make it a point to set their best timing. But it seems a little unlikely. Devnath well ahead by a 5 gate difference from IMDC. But IMDC and Ion, between them, now these brothers will not be looking so brotherly, because one of them will have to get into the spot number 3 most likely, or one of the other pilots. So who is it going to be, we'll come to know only later. But we'll be just running through some of the other pilots who are going to complete. Ion FPV will not be happy. He's just kind of, I think, made a few mistakes on the track, leading him to a good 5-second difference between him and IMDC. Hornet is coming close. He came close. Dev Web FPV at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. All right, pilots, thank you so much. Right now, all of you can, let me just quickly calculate who is it that is entering the finals. So those pilots can stay, but let me record the timings first of all out here. So it's 201317. And then for Devnath, sorry, that's for Devnath. And then we have IMDC at 209 and 258. And then we have Ion FPV at 2 minutes and 14 seconds and 865 milliseconds. Devi Web at 2 minutes and 22 seconds and 770 milliseconds. And finally, Hornet at 2 minutes and 19 seconds and 374 milliseconds. So obviously, it's quite clear to me that Shady has qualified first out here. A big round of applause for Shady for entering the finals. His best timing has been 157, 193, sorry, 157.015 that he had set in round number 3. So we'll just copy paste that timing, and let's keep our leaderboard on group number B, because I think some of the other pilots are from group number B. If I'm getting this correct, Gremlin is, his best was 209, and that's what we'll be copying for Gremlin. Anand's best was at 207602. We're copying that one. And 25 milliwatts, his best was at 215.117. And then we go to IMDC. The suspense is building right now. The spectators are curious, but we'll just have to be very careful to announce the finalists. We don't want to make any sort of errors or pre-announcements and then go about correcting them. 2:00:849 is the timing that is best for Devnath that he performed. Well done, Devnath. Ion FPV, his best timing has been 2:04:149. Do check the spreadsheet that is shared on Discord pilots to confirm your timings. It's being driven in real time out here. Devi Web at 2 minutes and 12 seconds. That was his best timing. And we will also do it for Hornet, the last pilot, so that it's 217 and 194 for Hornet. So clearly, Shady has qualified 157.015. Congratulations, ranked number 1 in the semifinals. And then the next person to qualify is Devnath at 2:00:849, very close to Shady. And finally, it's going to be Ion FPV. Wow, an absolute competitor out here has come into the finals. For the first time, we are going to witness Ion FPV coming into the finals. Beautifully done, right behind Devnath by a gap of 4 seconds. It's going to be between Shady, Devnath, and Ion FPV. So pilots, wow, this is going to be quite exciting. The top 3 pilots are going to run for the Chase the Ace finals, and this is where it's going to get extremely exciting. The finals are going to come up In the next, we'll be giving you sort of a 5 minute break out here, pilots. Let's all of us take a 5 minute break, and we'll be back. So, but in the meantime, for viewers, please stay tuned in, because it's just a 5 minute break, and I'll be explaining what the rule of the final is. So we call it the chase the ace format for the finals. And what this means is that the pilot who wins twice, and it's all going to be first in first out. There is nothing like timing out here. So it's all going to be first in first out. The pilot who comes in first is first, then second and second, and then third is third. And also we have a point system. So the pilot who comes in first gets 5 points. The pilot who comes in second gets 3 points, and then pilot who comes in third gets in 1 point. So that's for each of the rounds. And then if the same pilot wins consecutively, then he takes away the title for this Techkriti 2021 IDRL. So that's the game that we'll be playing right now. It's the most exciting part of this broadcast. And again, these pilots, just for the confirmation, viewers who are tuning in right now, within the next 5 minutes, we'll be starting the finals. There is a 5 minute break. Do take your drinks and water, get comfortable once again, because it's going to be Shady, Devnath, and Ion FPV battling it out in the finals in the Chase the Ace format. Wonderful things coming up for all of us here. Really looking forward to the finals. And again, once again, thank you, sponsors, for allowing us to broadcast such a terrific race. Larsen and Toubro presents Techkriti, co-powered by Mahindra and JK Cement and associate sponsors out there, and radio partner Mirchi. Thank you so much for all your support. Also, spectators, do tell us in the chat box if you are tuning in through IDRL YouTube. You'll be able to see in full 1080p resolution. You'll be able to see in full HD this broadcast. And you can see also, you can comment out there, and that comments will be coming up on the live chat. So do check out IDRL YouTube along with the Techkriti Facebook page that we are streaming to right now. But seems like we have got lots of comments out here, and till the next 3 odd minutes, we'll be starting the race of the finals, the first round of the finals at 11:15, and 3 minutes to go till now. And let's see if we have any comments out here. But again, spectators, do tell us who is going to win this race. We'll be announcing your name specially, and you'll be getting a little mini famous that way. That's all we can do right now. And also, I see some of the other seasoned pilots out there. Of course, we have Dave Powell is always been our expert viewer who is coming in and guiding us along the way. We still have to know who Dave Powell is, but we see that Rati FPV has also come in and joined. So there you go. And 2 minutes on the clock, guys. We are going to start the race in the next 2 minutes. Let this battle commence once again. And it's going to put all of us at the edge of our seats out here. So it's Devnath and Ion, and I'm going to unlock the server. So Shady, you can please come in. All of you, please come in at 11:15, and by 11:15, at 11:15, the 2 minute timer will start. So Shady, please come in right away, because your race will start anytime soon. Thank you so much. So let's pick some good colors right now, which are going to make viewing our drones pretty different. So let's see if we can pick up a cyan, magenta, green, or yellow. I think cyan would be good to go. And no, cyan doesn't look good. Let's try with probably blue. Yeah, we'll just go with that primary color, or even red will do right now. Okay, so we're going with red, green, and magenta. Red is Ion FPV, Devnath is in magenta color, and Shady is in green color. We're going to put all of you guys in flying mode right now. And all right, pilots, we're locking the server right now. It's 11:15, and round number one, pilots, please get ready for the race right now. Again, remind everyone out here, this is not based upon the best timing. Of course, the person who finishes the race first is going to be the best, having the best timing. And needless to say that, but it's going to be first in, first out. All right, so we're going to pick up on round number one of finals, and we're going to have a point structure of 5, 3, and 1 for people finishing first, second, and third for each round of the finals. And the pilot who finishes the race, finishes 2 rounds consecutive, wins 2 rounds consecutively, is going to be the winner of this race. Okay, pilots, let's get going for round number one of the finals. And your race is going to start right now between Shady, Devnath, and Ion. Top pilots out here. Let's get glued to our screens because the race is going to start in less than 5. There we go, round number one final, straight away into Devnath's viewpoint, but it is really going to be the third person view that is going to give us the complete idea of the situation out here. Look at that. Very fierce competition between Shady and Devnath. They belong to different groups until right now, and each of them will try to edge each other away. Shady right now in a slightly better lead, but Devnath also has his own strategy to come back from behind. Ion FPV probably taking a little bit of a breather, and he also probably will come back from behind when he is ready to pounce in. But right now, Shady FPV and Devnath, if we look through the eyes of Devnath, we should be able to find Shady out there. Look at that, how closely Devnath is following Shady. These are going to be arch rivals. They have always been arch rivals. Between them, it's going to be anybody's game out here. And the tricks of the trade that these pilots have encompassed over the years are going to come in handy. All that handling of the pressure and controlling your quads when it really matters, and just having that little bit of an edge over your competition is all that is needed to win at this Chase the Ace finals. And Shady at lap number 3 now. Wow, a beautiful treat that we are seeing right now. Look at that, the movement of these pilots. Devnath in about 2 gates away from Shady. And if we look again through the eyes of Devnath, let's try to see if we can catch Shady by any chance. Look at that. Yeah, Shady has just passed that gate, and Devnath is right behind him. Devnath is not going to allow Shady to take a breather anytime soon. And Devnath has to punch in right now. He will probably be okay with giving the first round away to Shady if that is the case. But there you go. Shady has won the first round of the finals. Congratulations, Shady. And look at the point difference out there. It's just about 1 second, over a 1 second between Shady and Devnath, and Ion FPV about 8 seconds behind them. So let's compute the points for these pilots. Shady FPV is getting 5 points right now, and that will set him in good form to get going for the second consecutive win. And if he wins this round that's coming up, then he wins the race. So Devnath at 3 points, and then finally Ion FPV at 1 point. All right, pilots, so we'll take about 15 seconds of a difference breather here. Please make sure your remote controls are tight in your hands. Your control over your nerves is all there, because pressure situation, it's absolutely a pressure boiling pot right now in the finals between Shady and Devnath all the way, and Ion FPV also coming in and chipping in out there in the finals. Let's see how it goes. Pilots, get ready. We are about to start round number 2. If Shady takes this, it's all over. If Devnath takes this, we still have another round to go. All right, pilots, at the count of less than 5, all the best. This time we'll be tuning straight to the eyes of Shady. We'll be going, and the Devnath has picked up speed. And look at that, the person who has really, and It's really difficult to say now. Shady in the third spot, really unusual. Shady will be looking to come back and beat the tail of Ion, and he does. Devnath will be looking to get full control over his squad. Look at that, just ahead of Devnath. Shady, it will be interesting to see through the eyes of Shady here where Devnath is. He's going around. Look at that, the competition between Devnath and Shady. It's so close. The drones are identically at the same spot here at the same gate. Anybody's game this is absolute thriller. Shady just in front of him. Look at that, we can zoom in through these pilots out there. Shady just in front. Wow, an amazing game happening. Devnath slightly left behind out there. Can Devnath pick up speed once again in this crucial lap number 2, because that will set the stage for lap number 3 all the way. Devnath trying to come back, and Shady trying to manage to grip a little bit of a lead and trying to now rule the roost at spot number 1. Shady is the person to watch out here, looking in complete domination at 2 gates away from Devnath, recharging his squad, and his last and final round coming up for Shady. If he wins this round, he is the king of the universe out here at Techkriti 2021, and it's all over from here. But if Devnath somehow manages to come in, it's about 2 gates of difference right now between him and Shady. Then it's going to be another round. It's all going to be coming down to the wire right now. Right away in the next few seconds, we'll be knowing who is going to take on the next round, or it's going to be all over with Shady. Shady coming in for the last 2 gates right now. He's almost done out there, and unless he makes a few last critical errors, it's all there for Shady, and Shady has won Techkriti 2021 IDRL. A big congratulations to Shady. You are the king of the universe out here. We are really so happy and thrilled to have you. And what a fight by Devnath, and also what a fight by Ion FPV. I would like to personally also congratulate all the other pilots who have participated. But this time, tonight, it's all Shady FPV out here. And we'll quickly try to get also some of the interviews done with these pilots. We'd like to know coming with Ion FPV his views, and then we're looking to get Devnath and Shady. So let's see if we can quickly get their interviews done. So for that, we'll put them on the speaker right now, and I'll be taking my other laptop, which is right to the left of me. And here we're going to see and know exactly what happened to them. All right, so let's call in first of all and try to see if we can get any sound coming in for Ion FPV. All right. All right. So Ion, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So spectators, if you can just confirm if you can hear Ion's voice. Ion, can you just say something once again so that we...
Perfect. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So that's Ion. And all right. Awesome. So great. So it is Ion FPV. So Ion, it was an absolute thrill to have you. This is your first time at competing at a major final out here in drone racing IDRL. How was your experience? Can you go through with us from the very start? And also, how was your experience in the finals, working up with the top pilots, Shady and Devnath?
It was amazing. The best experience I've ever had. We were flying totally fast. No mistakes were allowed. Yeah, it was amazing. I started flying just 1 year ago, and to be here right now flying in Techkriti, oh, it's a dream come true. It's a dream come.
Yeah, amazing. And we saw you in action at the SAH series, and we really saw the full potential that you brought in there. And you really got accelerated with that whole momentum. You took it forward into this major championship, and you must be really feeling good about yourself right now. What are your future, I mean, the imminent plans? You're going to practice even harder now and trying to focus more on your races coming up next. What's the plan?
Yeah. I'm gonna keep grinding the sim. I'm coming for Shady, Devnath, Ani, all the top pilots. You better watch your six, man, because I'm coming.
All
I'm
right,
telling you
those
now.
are the words from
Nice,
Ion,
nice.
and very well said by Ion. Thank you so much, Ion, for joining in. You really were determined tonight, and you really put on a great fight. Really proud of you as a pilot, a top class quality pilot, and you have a great future ahead. Thank you so much, Ion FPV, for
Okay,
coming
thank
ahead.
you. GG, guys. Thank you.
All right. So next coming in is Devnath. Hello, Devnath. How are you doing today?
Hey Karan, doing good. We had
Uh,
some really amazing racing after a long time.
oh
So
yeah,
yeah, feeling really
definitely.
good.
It was totally exciting to watch a very close race happen out here, and the finals against your arch rival. And
Yes.
how was that feeling once again?
Hey, arch rival. What's up?
So how was the
Well,
feeling like in the finals?
yeah,
What?
right. I'm really impressed by the new competition that has come out here. You know, INFPV and IMDC. These guys have really been pulling off you know, some really good lap times, and I look forward to racing with them the coming races for sure.
Awesome. And especially with your competition with respect to Shady, I know it's been a long time that you guys have been battling, but for this particular race, what really was the crucial turning point? What could have been better to get over Shady?
Uh, Shady does the chicanes better than anyone. So in each lap on the chicanes, I was like losing a second or so,
All right.
and he does it perfectly every time. You know, so that's just something that Aman can do.
Wow.
And to get to that level, you have to practice a lot, and you know, you need to have no life like Aman. So.
I knew this was coming. I knew it. I was waiting.
Yeah, big. But congratulations, Devnath. You walk in away
Yeah.
with the second prize. Big congratulations, and do have a good night tonight. We all wish you a big congratulations. All the spectators really proud of you once again to see you in top class quality action. All right. So then we have Shady out here. Shady, the big winner. Congratulations, the big king
Yay.
of the universe of Techkriti 21 IDRL. Congratulations, Shady, once again from all of us out
Thank
here.
you.
How are you feeling? How is the feeling to once again beat, not once again, but probably beat your rival Devnath? Was it
Yeah, let's
something
say
that?
once again.
Yeah, let's say once again.
It's great. Like, more than winning, it's finally great to have another race. Hopefully, more real life races coming up. And also, like, so many new people coming. Like, people you don't know a year ago are now coming into the finals, which is like amazing because more people are getting into the hobby.
Right.
And like, yeah, great work by IMDC, Anand and
Anand, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Ion, of
These
course.
pilots, they have been improving, especially in the lockdown era. And we are like really eager to see them in the real world races. All that growth that they have experienced in the last year, they'll be coming with all that experience. But coming to these youngsters out here, Ion and IMDC, I mean, any particular comments on them because they have really matured into really fine pilots.
Yeah, it's great. They're learning really fast. Like, it was actually competitive, which is always good to see. Yeah, if they practice more, they might win. They might beat Devnath and me.
All right, awesome.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Let's wait for the next race.
great. So we'll be all looking forward to the next race. All the pilots who have performed in this race, performing superbly so far, all of you in top quality form. Wish you all the best. And Shady, once again, congratulations. And you have a great night. Probably now you'll be shifting to Counter Strike and ruling the universe out there again.
Exactly.
All right. So celebrate, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for that comments that came in. So that's the end of the commentary over here and interviews with the pilots. Thank you so much. And coming down to our closing points out here, we are very grateful to have witnessed a top quality race that happened tonight. Such races happen very less frequently, and it's an absolute thrill to see top quality pilots, Shady, Devnath, Ion, IMDC, Anand, 25 milliwatts, all these pilots who participated, they were absolutely top class. And we are all wishing to see you soon in the real world races that will be resuming soon. So stay tuned to the IDRL updates. Those who are motivated to really join the whole community, please download the IDRL app and join the community. Lots of support out there, and we'll be seeing you there very, very soon. But once again, our final thank yous to our sponsors, Larsen and Toubro, Mahindra, JK Cement, associate sponsors out there, and of course, Techkriti 21 for hosting such a magnificent event. Out here now, for now, all of you have a big, big celebration tonight. Anybody who is people who have won and people who are friends and families of the winners, as well as the top seven prizes distribution. Top seven folks will be announced very soon. They'll be all announced on Discord, and we have prize distribution allotted to the top seven pilots. And your names will be given to Techkriti, and you'll be hearing from them with respect to getting your account details and following up with the prize money. So that's all we have for now. And that's all we have. And you take care, all of you. Have a very good night from our studios in Mumbai. It's all out and all over. Good night.